Hi, I'm Jenny the Seafoodie, and I'm here again in the Brooklyn Cafe. This is such a beautiful, beautiful bar. It's usually very full with people, and there's a reason for it, because the vibe here is so like chill and relaxed with great jazz music and good lighting. Oh, it's one of my favorite spots here. And so it's also a favorite spot with a lot of people. I did notice that, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm getting all bloated, and that's probably because last night's dinner was amazing. This is the morning of the last day. We're disembarking in a few hours, and the dinner on the last night of the cruise is always the best. MSC puts out everything, no bar, what is the phrase? No stops barred. Last night for dinner I ordered the veal osso buco, and usually from what I remember, and I can look at the video that I put up recently, it was like this big. It was like a little nubbin, and it was delicious. I mean, melt in your mouth, delicious. This time, however, it was like it was the full with the bone. It was the full piece of meat. It was a meal for a family of 4, and I couldn't throw it away. I'll say that. I did sneak some of it back into my room, and I'm gonna have some of it for breakfast, because it was, seriously, it was that big. It was the size of like your brain, and I couldn't waste it. I can't waste veal. But anyway, man, I'm eating way too much. Guess I'm gonna, that's the joy of being on a cruise, right? You get to eat too much. So on this cruise, I went totally cheap. I got the basic Bella level, where they assign your room for you. I got assigned deck 5. I've never been assigned a deck that low on the ship. Usually, 8, 9, 10 is an average room area that they booked, but I got deck 5, and I was thinking maybe it's actually quite nice to be on deck 5, and so I kept it. I kept that booking. And sometimes I've noticed on other cruises that they've changed my room, because I'm in Bella, so I'm at the whim of MSC where I actually sleep, and to me it doesn't even matter where I am. I don't really care. So I called up guest services and asked them to put a little note on my account saying, don't change my room, I'm happy with it. And because it really is like the bottom level of rooms. All right, so I just boarded the ship, and there's a reason that I did not change my cabin. Deck 5 is where guest services is. Deck 5 is also where you usually get on and get off the ship at ports. Sometimes it's deck 4, and then you have to walk up to deck 5, but still you eventually get to deck 5 and have to, walk through the main course in the main area. Then, I don't know, so like deck 5 isn't like a deck that you never go to. So I thought maybe it'd be easier to be on deck 5. And well, here's the short note of it. I loved being on deck 5. I thought it was great. I got a little bit of movement from the ship. Like this morning, we've been kind of rocking a little bit in the ocean, but not too much. It's been a pretty solid ride. And getting on and off the ship was super duper easy. I would just walk down the hallway. There are these large exit signs, so you walk down the hallway, follow the exit signs. You might have to walk down a set of stairs to deck 4, depending on which exit you get off on, and then there you are. No elevator ride, no waiting for the elevator. And then when you're getting back on the ship, everyone else is waiting for the elevator, and sometimes you might be waiting 5-10 minutes. I just walked up the stairs, and it was so easy. I really did like that aspect of deck 5. A little perk that I just noticed a few minutes ago is deck 5 is one of the last to disembark. So I could technically, because I'm walking off with my luggage, I could technically leave at 7:45, but based on the configuration that MSC has come up with, I can leave at 10:30, and I think I'm going to take them up on that and stay as long as I can on this beautiful ship, the MSC Seashore, and leave at the very last minute. Even though my friend who's staying and doing a back-to-back has told me that he would like me to get off the ship as soon as possible so he can do his loop for the back-to-back. What I mean by that, I didn't explain it in another video, is if you do a back-to-back, you are grouped into an area, possibly even like right here, and you wait until everyone has left the ship, all the passengers have left the ship, and then someone from the crew escorts you through immigration, and you walk through the hall. So you exit the ship, walk through the hall, and then come right back on the ship. Sometimes they give you a new card if you have a room change, otherwise you just bloop, walk around and get back on. Super easy, but you have to wait until everyone is off the ship. A funny story is on one of the cruises I was on, a family decided that they were going to just stick around. And I don't think they were trying to stick around until the last minute. I think that they were trying to stick around and not get off the ship. Well, they had their name called many times over the PA system, and they didn't appear. Security was running all over the place looking for them. Finally, they appeared at the gate, and they didn't get to just leave. No, they had to sit there and listen to someone from security scold them on all the problems that they had caused and all the issues that were involved in them staying too long. So don't try to overstay. You cannot stay too long. They will kick you off, and everyone else waiting at the gate off the ship, they're waiting to get on. They will be mad. It's just not good. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Let's see, I wrote some notes here. Oh right, easy access to the restaurant. So on deck 5, there's also a restaurant called Central Park. There's also a restaurant on deck 6. I was assigned to deck 5 probably because I'm on deck 5, and also because I was Bella. There's some restaurants that are specifically for different classes of people on the ship, but I was in Bella, and Bella goes to Central Park. But it's on deck 5, and it was fantastic because you could just walk to your room, change, get ready for dinner, and then walk across the main hallway and you get to your dinner place. There's no ups and downs, and I don't think on this ship it's a particular issue, but if you were, say, like on a princess ship or another ship that's a little bit older, sometimes the configurations of the ships are very awkward. Like I forget which princess ship it is, but the Love Boat Princess, the entranceway to the main dining hall only has one set of stairs and an elevator. You can't use the other elevators on the other side of the ship and go down to the floor because you can't walk the entire length of that floor. There are kitchens in the way. So you have to go, so oftentimes if you're at the wrong elevator, maybe you're not paying attention, you go all the way down, and now you've got to go back upstairs and then walk over and then go back down. It gets very confusing. I don't think that's the case here. It can't be because I walked through the main hallway. But if you're on another ship, on another cruise line, and you're on the same floor as your dining room, it might not be a good thing. But on this one, on the MSC Seashore, it is. I actually did really appreciate being on deck 5 and having my dining room be on deck 5 as well. Now, if you are, I think it's Aurora or Aura, forget how they say it, class, they have dining in the, let's talk about interior rooms. They say that once you go to an interior room, you can't go back to a balcony room. And I really like the interior rooms. I do, I honestly do. On Virgin, I love the solos. On NCL, I love the solos. They're all interior. They're tight, they're cute, they're cozy. I have no problem with that. But it's true, once you go to a balcony, it's hard to go back to an interior. The thing with the interior, though, is there's no place to really hang your clothes to ventilate, where if you have a balcony, you can put your clothes out on the balcony area, and you know, if it's a wet bathing suit, it'll dry in the Bahama weather. In this Caribbean weather, it's humid and it's warm, and it'll dry within, like, you know, a couple hours. And maybe that's a luxury that I've gotten used to, and now that I'm back in an interior on this cruise, it was kind of hard to adjust. I put my bathing suit in the bathroom, and I thought it would drip dry and be ready to wear the next day, and it took 3 days for the bathing suit to dry. So I'm glad I brought 2 bathing suits and could wear another one while that one dried. Yeah, it is nice to have that balcony to put your clothes on. You're not supposed to have your clothes outside like a, you know, clothesline, especially when you're at sea days, because people who don't tie down their clothing onto the chairs or weigh them down a little bit. The clothes will blow off with the wind, go in the ocean, and it can cause problems with if your clothes were to go back onto the ship and block something or go into someone else's cabin, their balcony. Yeah, not a good thing. You'll lose your clothes. For yourself, you'll lose your clothes, but it can cause problems as well. But if you're on a balcony, yes, you can hook your clothes up to the chairs or the table and they'll dry so quickly. But having an interior room, yeah, things don't dry very well. And I've had to use perfume. We're having a little bit of a stink, I think. And their room has a little bit of a, I don't know, a musty odor. But so one other thing I don't like about the interiors is that you cannot tell the time. It's always dark. There's no windows. It's like being in a casino. You have no idea if it's 4 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And with a balcony, you can open the blinds. You can look outside and see what time of day it is. You can also go outside and take pictures of the ocean or the sunsets or the sunrise. If you have an interior, you're kind of stuck in your little cell and you can't see anything. But now the buffet is on deck 16, so even if you can walk to your main dining room, there are many times that you want to go upstairs to the buffet, like for tea time, 4 o'clock tea time, don't forget, when they have the meringue cookies. It's the only time the meringue cookies are out, so if you like meringue, 4 o'clock. But you still have to go up to take the elevator up to the 16th floor to go to the buffet. Elevators are fine. Interiors are cheaper, they are a lot less expensive, and if you're looking for a quick and easy trip, interiors are your best bet. There's no problem with getting interior, and it is an easy way to get on board, because once you're on board, how much time do you really spend in your room anyway, right? All the fun stuff happens out here, like in the Brooklyn Cafe, where they have alcohol tastings and they've got music and they've got entertainment out here, not in your room. So interior balcony, it's really your choice, but I don't think I'll be getting an interior again for a little while. I don't know, especially in a longer cruise. I'm going to be going on Virgin in a couple weeks, and the travel agent guy, he suggested I bump myself up to a balcony, and after this trip I'm very glad that he did, because I think that's a transatlantic. So the Virgin cruise is going to be a transatlantic. It's about 18 days, and honestly I don't think I could stay 18 days in one room in the interior. As much as I like the solo and the interior, no, I think I would need to have the balcony to, to freshen up and to keep things clean and nicer. But it's up to you what you choose. But I have to say deck 5 was a good choice. I'm very happy that I was put on deck 5. If only deck 5 had a balcony. There are no balconies on deck 5. It's all interiors and ocean views. Oh well. So interiors, deck 5, both are fine, but it's up to you on what you choose. So I'm Jenny, I'm the Sea Foodie, and can't wait to see you on your next cruise. Let's check out this room here. It smells clean. Has everything you need, just like every other room.
If you ever smell smoke or see a fire,
we don't smell
Found
smoke.
around the ship. An alert a crew member or officers on the bridge. The crew will take immediate action. All our crew
Initial thoughts, look at this, going to the beach.